Hello and welcome back. So this is the week of my wedding. It is Tuesday night right now. On Sunday, I filmed this week's video. I went to go upload it and I had been wearing my microphone and my voice and my microphone and the camera, everything's off. It sounds bad. I think because of how far away I was standing from the camera because my sister was filming, it maybe just like screwed up the audio, but it was simply unbearable to watch. So we are refilming. If I look insane, it depends on like how I'm looking. The lighting looks very interesting. I have a spray tan on that I haven't washed off yet. So if I look frazzled and this doesn't go super smoothly, that's what's up. But today I just wanted to do a farm tour just since we're really busy this week, getting a lot of stuff done. I wanted to edit something and get it scheduled out so I can do all the last minute wedding errand tasks and stuff. So we're doing a shop tour, an office tour, all the buildings that are here. And then I'm gonna do one of our buildings that is down the road as well. And that audio did fine. So I'm just gonna tack that along to the end of this video. So first up, this is we call it the new building. And this is a little outside pan. So this building, we started in May of 2018. There had been a building here previously, but it was too small to house stuff. It was starting to fall down and it didn't really make too much sense monetarily to fix it up since we couldn't really fit anything in it. So we tore that down in May of 2018 and started getting this building built. And the large building is 72 by 140. For some reason, I can never remember dimensions. And then our office is 35 by 45. So if we come in here, we finished up the office just 3 years ago and moved in. Everything inside of here is from Menards. I picked everything out and ordered it. One of my dad's cousins put together the cabinets for us and put the flooring in. He framed everything for us. Pretty much the only thing I did was paint the walls and the trim. Everything that we have in here is pretty much a culmination of random things. We have, I don't know, it's makeshift. It's an office. Sometime when I have free time, maybe we'll curate it a little bit better. Okay, where was I? So I need to get this sign hung up. I can't decide if I want to put it right here or outside. It looks good in both spots, but undecided. So then this is where all of my dreams come to die. This is where I do book work. We also have our security camera in here. This is really nice because Dad will sit here and watch us work. It's fun for him to be able to see what's up, what we have going on. And he can kind of sit and watch that. It's also really nice when I'm hauling grain because he can look and see if I am back from a trip. And we have the exercise bike in here. This gets moved around to wherever the lighting is good. If I need to film something or jump on a Zoom call, I pop in on there. So yeah, this is the office. It's really nice having a little kitchen in here when we are in season because we can just grab a snack quick. I've just put salt in here today. Forgot to put the lid on. But we have a little shower in here, which is just super convenient if we have a day where we're super busy. And let's move on in out here. So this is just cold storage. We do have a footer around the whole outside to help with mice and rodents getting in. But this building is not insulated and it is a stone floor. If I win the lottery, you'll know it because this will be insulated and concreted and then this will be our new shop. But that is not gonna happen for a real long time or if I win the lottery because those things are expensive. So typically we keep the 2 planters in this first bay along with the tractors. And then we always keep our 2 semis in this other part right here. And then everything else kind of just goes wherever it fits given what season it is. So we have the 9330 right here. We have the turbo till. The turbo till did not get used a ton this season. Sometimes it's like the majority of the tillage we do. And sometimes, well, like this year we hardly used it. Got the 28 applicator. We've been having some issues with these lights, so if they start strobing out, I am sorry. I need to look into that. It's really nice having the automatic lights because I don't have to go switch lights on, but if you get a bird or anything else in here, they can very easily turn them on. Some people have suggested that you can adjust the sensitivity. It's another thing that's on my to-do list that just hasn't happened yet. So we have the work truck right here. Right now we have Dad's 3020. Often it gets stored down the road. We have the grain cart and the combine. One thing the people said when we were looking at plans, trying to decide how big we wanted to make this building, they said, you'll never make it big enough. And we decided to go with this. And then once we got it filled up, we thought, man, yeah, it could be bigger. But had we gone up to the next like increment of sizes, it was going to cost a lot more because it was something about how like those things, they would just have to be longer. So you'd have to have a whole different situation going on. It would cost more money. So that's why we went with the dimensions we did. It's really nice having the 4 garage doors because I don't have to worry about pulling doors open. It's lovely. We love this new building. And now we have this interesting stamped concrete in here. It's also on the outside. When they did this concrete stamping, our local FFA chapter came out and watched it because they were doing a little segment on concrete. So it was a fun little day having the kids out at the farm. Okay, and then this is our bank barn. So it was built in the 1917. It was put up by my great-great-grandpa. Every time that it got passed down, someone else was farming, they would put their initials on the barn, or like when it got repainted. So currently my dad's initials are on it. I don't know. I don't think I will put my initials on it for a long time, but this barn could use painted or re-sided. Dad's kind of trying to decide between the two. But here's the building. We got a basketball hoop. Right now we have a header cart. This is one of our seed tenders under here. We keep our tile on this side, and then we have some wood over here. There are scary parts where I think this barn floor might give out. And then underneath here, my dad used to feed out some hogs under here. He also kept some cows under here before too, but I'm not gonna go down there today because it's pretty gross, and you guys can just imagine what it looks like. Okay, so this is our old office, and you'll have to just ignore the crickets. They're driving me bonkers this week, but this is where our office used to be. We just had our 2 desks right here. The elliptical was not in here. This just got moved in here recently. There was no air conditioning in here, so in the summer we would just have both of these doors open, and we'd sit by the doors and we'd roast a little bit. And then in the winter, we have this little heater right here, so I would huddle up next to it and work next to it there. I kind of miss the vibes of this being our office. It was just it felt fully different because you're kind of immersed in the shop. It's just a different vibe from our new office. But now we just kind of keep some things that we don't want to freeze out in the shop in here, some odds and ends. This is the best Christmas present I ever got, was this leaf blower, and my new love, this chainsaw. We keep the seed plates in here, and then we also have some pictures of what this building used to look like. So this is actually the building where our new shop is at. That's the building that we had to tear down, and there's the bank barn. And then there used to be a house back there, and that's where our green bins are. This is my great-great-grandfather, I believe. They're threshing. No, wait, no, is that my dad and my grandpa right there? Yeah, no, up here, this is the thrashing ring. So my great-grandfather had a little circle, and they go all around town and do people's thrashing, and that was their kind of claim to fame. I can't speak at all. Here's an older version of, so that's the building that we had to tear down, our shop we have now. And our current grain setup, everything still looks the same right there. There you go. I need to write all these things down of who these people are because I'm not good at remembering them. And there's so much history here and I need to make sure I know it. I really like this. This is where we keep all of our operating manuals. And we actually need to go through this because we have some old ones of things that we don't use anymore. We should organize that a little bit. But that's okay. Not really sure why I was trying to act like I could close that with one hand, but got that. We have the chalkboard. This used to be in my grandparents' house. We moved it out here. We have a little sink for washing up, and we have washer and dryer in here, which is just lovely to have. And then moving out to the shop, actually let's go this way. So this building is a 54 by 90. Now, the great thing about this is this building is insulated. There are 10 inches of fiberglass in the ceiling, and this building is vented. So in the winter, we can heat this thing. Now, we don't heat it all winter. We just turn the heat on when we are ready to use it when we're working in here. Works pretty good, works off propane. My dad would be horrified. He probably will be horrified when he sees me showing you guys this, just because it should be more organized and clean in here, and everything's kind of a little bit of a disaster right now. This is the first tractor that we ever had. My great-grandfather bought it and he sold it. He actually didn't like it too much. He had a lot of other tractors that he preferred, but he sold it and it was up for auction, and so we bought it back because it just felt wrong to not take it back. It's currently not running. It ran a while ago, but it's another example of a project that we would love to get to if we ever have the time. My dad has these seat collections up here. We have the plow, equally as exciting. We have our little tender tank right there. Currently we have the bean header in here. It's ready to go. We just don't have anything else we need to pull in here, so it hasn't gotten moved out yet. But yeah, so we work on equipment in this building. We can wash them. We have drains in the ground. This is our beans that we have growing right now in the drain. And then up here, we have some more storage. This little gate right there can undo, and then you can use the forklift and pull things up and put them back down like our kayaks. Those usually go up there, but right now they're right here. What else? Oh, so there was one fall that the guy who worked for my dad for many, many years, he passed away in when I was 23 in 2018. Fantastic guy. He was awesome. There was one fall that in between dumping all of the grain wagons, he built this building, their new office. And he built the bathroom because he and my dad would use an outhouse. And I'm glad that when I came back to the farm, the outhouse was no longer. And we also recently put up these storage racks, which are awesome. They came from an old Amazon warehouse, I believe. We found them on Facebook Marketplace and we took them and built them, and it's really nice just being able to put the pallets up. Otherwise, we just had kind of a huge pile of things unorganized right here in this corner. So that is this building. I told you the dimensions. I need to tell you when it was built. It was built in the summertime of 1987, 1978. I was close. And Dad said to make sure that I told you guys it was ventilated, and I have. So this is our shop. This is where we work on the things. Yeah. Okay, and then the last building that we have here was built by my great-grandfather, and it is our 4-stall garage. Now, I think I can get this. Yep, and it is right here. We keep the 620 in it and also the Ford. So here we go. Oh, another crickets in here. So we have the Ford and the 620 and a broken washing machine I need to take to the scrapyard. Okay, we actually have one more building. You could call this a building. This is our electrical building at our grain setup. And this is where JD lives during harvest season. Now, we'd love to get him out of here and into a tractor, but JD is the grain drying specialist. And I'm not. There's an art to drying grain at our facility with our grain dryer that we have now. Now, hopefully, I had some of the folks from Custom Ag come out here last week, and if I can get a good crop, if I can get one of those REAP grants to help assist me, the bottleneck that we have here at the farm is the grain dryer. That is the thing that always holds us up at harvest time. There's no need to get other semis. There's no need to get a bigger combine until we can keep up with our crop as it is. And we're always waiting for this grain dryer. But if we get a new grain dryer, the new ones you can manage from your phone. There's apps you can manage the grain drying, and it won't have to be such an art. So, I can handle it. Maybe JD can handle it. He can be in a tractor and be looking at an app and adjusting from there. It sounds simply like it would be so cool. But hopefully, one day, if I can get that to happen, if maybe, I don't know, you guys all just stream all of my YouTube videos day and night, all day and night, we can get some revenue coming in. We can get a dryer and we can get JD out of this little building. But this is technically our last building here at the farm. Now I'm going to stitch in the tour at our other bin where the sheep are. We call this building Mitch's barn because this was previously owned by our neighbor named Mitch. So in here we have what I call Mitch's tractor, which is the tractor that we mow CRP with. It has a bucket and a loader on it for hay. This is some hay that I made. I made this hay. It's been sitting for a while, so it's not stacked as beautifully as it once was. But we keep, sometimes we keep the 30-20 over here with this. We can put kind of smaller stuff into this building, but it's really nice. And then we want to use some of this metal to fix up some of the barnyard eventually. That's another plan that we have in the works, but we have a lot of plans in the works. Some raccoons or the cats maybe perhaps knocked over some nicely stacked posts I had there. Okay, and then this is where we keep the sheepies. And these are not our sheep, so we rent out the pasture to a guy who has sheep on them right now just because there's not enough time in the day for all of the things that I want to get done, unfortunately. But the sheep are currently eating down here. They are very nice and friendly, very cute, but they're just chilling right now elsewhere. Hopefully they don't see us and think that we will be giving them food, but we can see them over the hill here. Now this pasture was set up for cattle. We had cattle here for a long time, but we did sheep this year. Wow. And that concludes the tour. Now, if you can just, as another wedding present to me, send this to 45 of your closest friends. Insist they all watch this video and that they send it to 45 of their friends. That would be cool.